fucking rich as fuck. Fucking fed up with this fucking car, and I haven't even hardly started with it yet. Nothing but fucking problems. Fuck's sake. Fucking hell. I don't fucking know. Fucked off it already. Can't even fucking drive it. Oh, now it's fine. What the fucking fuck? What the fuck? It's absolutely fine now. Evening. It's the day after Christmas and I'm in the workshop again. It's a fucking life changer having a workshop to use, like proper game changer. I spent 20 years working on cars on the drive and all that shit, and anyone who knows me knows the kind of mad shit I've built over the years in the cold and wet and on the drive. And this workshop, the mind boggles to think what I could have built in the last 20 years if I had a workshop. But you know, live and learn. I thought I was being hardcore and didn't need a fucking garage, but now I've got this, I kind of realise what I'm missing. I've not even got the heater on at the moment, and it's the dead of winter, but compared to outside it feels fine, so I don't care. For this video at least, I'm welding the diff, because this car was a drift car, but not for a few years, and the guy, I think it's not drifted for at least 2.5 years, and because the guy was just using it as a daily, he put a normal open diff back in it. But I want to drift it, so I need to weld this diff back up. So that's exactly what this video is. Hopefully you can see under here with this. I should have proper lights, but unfortunately I didn't bring any because this wasn't really planned. So yes, this is where I am so far. It's got that rear end in it, 3.54, part number P1216481. It's an open diff. Don't know if it's a standard one or what the fuck it is, I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know if you can see the part number there. But yeah, this car's got aftermarket suspension, gas, gold coilovers. But obviously these have got separate spring perches for the rear, as you can see there, like adjustable platform jobs. And because of that, to stop the springs coming detached on, like you know, when you jack the car up or if you went over a bump, it had some sort of DIY like limiters, suspension limiters, to stop the too much droop, which looked like a bit of old seatbelt to me. I'm not sure what they were, harness or something, but they just go to under there, but you just take them off. It's quite a good idea, but I took them off so I could drop the diff down far enough to get to the diff in situ, because I didn't want to remove the whole axle just to add the fucking diff. I had to drop the anti-roll bar down a bit, which was just a couple of bolts on either side, which is easy. And then I had to remove the panel bar, which is there. Viking Fabrications aftermarket adjustable jobby, easy enough to get off. It's got quite a few adjustable arms, well, a few Viking Fabrication things up there as well. But yeah, it's quite a good little setup, really. But yeah, here we go. This is the diff with the back plate off, drained it out. Bizarrely, the diff oil was leaking a little bit from the back cover ever since I owned it, and didn't really know why. I just thought, oh, you know, not sealed very well. But when I took the diff cover off, I realised whatever sealant shite that was used to supposedly seal it was not setting. It was just like gunge. It's like not sealant at all. So yeah, it's weird. And if you look inside the case, it's fucking red, and I think that is the sealant has sort of stained the case, because it is still, even now, just feels like it's straight out the packet. So no wonder it weren't fucking sealing very well. But hopefully this time what I've put in it will sort it. Let's take this fucking I think I've been soaking up the last of the brake cleaner and stuff. But yeah, this is the diff, standard open diff. Nothing special, just a typical standard open diff. To weld them, I don't know how much everyone knows, but I might as well show you. It's pretty simple. You basically weld the 4 spider gears together in there. So in essence, you could just weld these 4 corners together, but basically the more of this you weld together, the stronger it's likely to be. I'm going to use a bit of a trick that a mate showed me, and he's always done it to my diffs and they've never broke, so I'm going to do the same. Is he cuts a bit of metal out roughly that size and basically makes that thing into one giant lump of metal, basically, rather than separate 4 bits in the corner. He just does the whole lot. You just got to melt all that shit into one big bit. And yeah, and I think Thomas Zariski Motorsport told me another trick, apart from using anti-splatter spray on bits like that you don't want to spray, don't want to get weld on. He said put some tin foil on it as well over the top, and that helps it not stick. Obviously tin foil is aluminium, so you don't get spatter all over the teeth and end up with a noisier diff than you needed. And considering this tin foil is fucking free, it's a very good idea, so I'm going to do that as well. And hopefully it all works out and I can put the car back together and go home, because it's getting late. Quick additional footage to show you what I meant about the tin foil. I've done that. I've literally put it around the crown wheel just to basically hopefully reduce or eliminate bits of splatter sticking to it and making for a noisy, chewy up, bit shitty diff. So let's go. Diff is welded, not some fucking fancy pretty welding like people like to show off on Instagram and Facebook about how great they are, but I don't give a fuck, because that don't matter. Strong is all that matters, and that's strong. There's no splatter on the crown wheel, it turns fine, it's all good, thanks to putting some foil around it and that anti-splatter spray. I put that metal plate in the middle like my mate Nath always does, and it's made it into one solid lump rather than just weld the 4 corners of the gears like usual. So effectively that's the same as a spool diff. I mean, this welder is powerful as fuck, and it was literally melting the teeth. I'm fairly sure, or hoping, or praying, or whatever, that it don't break. I'll soon find out, but I fucking hope not, 'cause I want to go home now. So yeah, here we go. Now I'm just going to put shit back together, and it's not really interesting filming that because it's a bit Haynes manual refitting as a reversal of removal. So I'm just going to get on with it. Ta-da.